Good evening, race fans, and welcome to round number 3 of the Frito Super Late Model Touring Series, brought to you by the American Sim Racing Club. My name is Mason Heimbaugh, and I am here broadcasting today's event with Team Goon Squad, bringing you today's action in 1080p, 60 frames a second, as it should be. Now, before we get into today's content, I would like to bring in a couple people from last week's race whom we did not get interviews with. So, the first person that we have up and available for today is going to be Brett the Jet Hahn. Let's get him in here and have a quick little talk with him. Brett, can you hear me?
I gotcha.
How are you feeling for today's race, man?
Pretty good. Feeling pretty good from practice here, getting the hang of the car, especially on cold tires. So excited to see what the 71 machine has for tonight.
Absolutely. And last week you saw a lot of carnage at Myrtle Beach Speedway. You managed to place yourself in second place and get yourself a podium finish for this season. How did that go for you? How did that feel getting that accomplished?
I tell you what, Mason, it's awesome. My goal for pretty much every season in these supers is try and talk to the broadcaster at the end of the night, at least be in the podium. So second race in, to be able to accomplish that, hopefully I'll be talking to you more often, because definitely means I'm hopefully doing my part at looking bigger picture here later down the season.
Absolutely, Brett. You're doing a fantastic job. It's great to see you race every single week, and I hope to see a great race from you tonight. And good luck to you out there. Do you have anyone that you would like to thank at home real quick before you get into today's race?
Yeah, of course. Appreciate the good luck, Mason, and good luck to you up in the booth. But yep, all the Brett the Jet supporters out here for this 71 machine, QuickTime Motorsports, ASRC, PepsiCo, Tagaray, Luke Oil, all the guys that all the admins that make this thing happen. So excited for tonight's race, Mason. It should be an awesome one, I feel.
I think so as well, Brett. Good luck to you, and good luck. Hopefully we'll see you placed pretty well here in the heat races.
All right, Mason, sounds like a plan. Yeah, hopefully I can talk to you at the end of the night as well.
Absolutely, Brett. All right, I'll let you get to it.
All right, thank you.
And up next, our first place finisher for last week, Blaze Brinkley. Let's see if we can get him down in the booth real quick and have a conversation with him. Blaze, can you read me?
Yes.
Blaze, how are you feeling for today's race, man?
Richmond really isn't one of my best tracks, but I don't know. We'll just take it how we can get it, I guess.
I hear you there. And last week you were the top finisher for that race, and boy, I got to say that was a big carnage. A lot of carnage happening during that race. How did you manage to kind of work your way through all that and stay in the lead and stay out on top?
Oh, Myrtle Beach is that's my home. I used to race there in real life, late models there. So anytime we can go there on the sim, I love it. It's just it's a really good racetrack. But unfortunately, it got sold last year and can't go there no more. So luckily, it's on the sim.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to hear all these historic tracks coming down to the ground. It's very sad to see, but thankfully we can still keep these tracks living on here in iRacing and enjoy them as they were. Now, before I let you go and get ready here for your qualifying and your heat races, is there anybody that you'd like to thank at home? Anybody that you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, JHGD Raps and Jacob Hefner. He keeps me looking good on these simulator races.
Absolutely, Brett. Blaze, I'm sorry. Blaze, good luck to you tonight. I hope to see you again up in the top, and maybe we'll talk again later tonight.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, Blaze. Good luck. Alright, and that was Blaze Brinkley. So, for today, we're going to have 8-lap heats. We're going to have 2 sets of them, and then a 110-lap feature for today. Right now, we're still wrapping up practice right now. So we're just going to be kind of relaxing, and we're going to take a look at some of the racers here as they're moving along the track and getting ready to get going here. Currently, we're taking a look at Tim Rogers and the number 21 machine. Tim Rogers has been a very strong, actually, a very, very strong competitor here in this super late model series. It's always been great to see Tim Rogers out in front, pushing as hard as he can. He's always been a very strong driver here in this series. And frankly, as the series progresses, it's always great to see a lot of new faces coming in that I haven't seen before, that are coming out here and trying to do their best. Taking a look here at Michael Witt in the number 26 machine. I'm going to put down his lap time. Let's take a... We're going to take a quick look on the inside. Here we go. And just taking a listen. Oop. And that's actually going to wrap up our practice. And as we get started, getting ready for the lone qualifying. All of these drivers are going to be putting down individual times, trying to put down as fast as a lap as they possibly can. Drew Cox here in the number 63 machine. So everyone right now is currently getting themselves kind of figured out for their positions for their heat races. And if anyone is not aware of the shotgun rule here at the American Sim Racing Club for the Super Late Model Touring Series, the winner of the previous week's race has to start last in both their heat and feature race. So that will be Blaze Brinkley in the back of the field for both his heat and his feature race. So if we see him out in front again, it's going to be very impressive to see. It's always great to see these drivers coming out here and putting on the performance that they put on. A lot of really great drivers that come out here. A lot of great talent. Nick Fleury here in the number 25 machine. Just ripping it around the track, doing the best that he possibly can. Looking great as ever. And I was in the drivers meeting just before we got started here, and they were kind of discussing how on colder tires these cars like to snap a little bit going into the corner. So I think these drivers are also trying to get a little used to that and try not to let the car get loose on them, or well, not let the car go from them and lose control, end up in a wall, which we do not want to see here. And we're just seeing drivers here getting themselves back and ready to go and set up for their heat race. And again, I would like to give a shout out and a thank you to both Frito-Lay and the American Sim Racing Club for putting on this event and having us as their broadcasting team. It has been an honor. It is great working with you guys. You guys are a pleasure every single time, and it's always excellent to watch you guys race. You guys are an excellent group of guys. All right, taking a look at the grid for the first set of people here. We have Nathan Goot in first, Josh Brackett second, John Kane third, Cody Green in fourth, Brad Prenger in fifth, Michael Witt in sixth, Skip Gandy in seventh, Hayden Swank in eighth, Nick Fleury in ninth, Josh Cottle in 10th, Noah Allison in 11th, and Brett Hahn in 12th. Taking a look at these drivers getting ready to go here. Alright, drivers are gonna get ready to go here. Sorry about that. Alright, a little bit of a switch up here in the front of the field. We have John Kane in first and Josh Brackett in second. Going to be side by side with Brad Prenger and Cody Green right behind them. Alright, these drivers are ready. They're waiting for that pace car to head back into pit road. Send that green flag and let her go. This is going to be a very quick heat race. All right, green flag is out. John Kane, Josh Brackett leading second in that number 18 car. We have Brad Prenger in that number 51 trying to get some of that action behind John Kane. He's going to be successful in that. He's going to actually take that number 2 spot. Doing the best that he can. John Kane still leading first. He's got a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field here. We have Josh Brackett, Skip Gandy side by side, as well as Hayden Swank and Cody Green, excuse me. Oh, a little bit of a bump and a grind from the number 20 and the number 18. That's going to be Josh Brackett involved, and Skip Gandy as well. Let's have a quick little replay on that real quick. Got into that wall and up into them, and it just got worse from there. That's unfortunate to see. All right, the yellow flag is out for this one. We're going to re-rack them. Figure out what we're going to do here. Looks like we're going to be starting back again single file. This track being also one of the longer tracks that we've seen here so far in only the 3 rounds that we have seen here. Albeit, this is a 3/4 mile long track. It's a D-shaped oval, so there's not really a whole lot of room for these guys to gain a lot of speed. There's only really that back stretch where you can kind of push it and gain a significant amount of speed, I should say. All of these drivers are itching to just get back into the action here. Get ready to rock and roll again. Getting these early kinks worked out before the real action starts. You know what I mean? Race control, sorting things out, making sure things are good. And so far we have John Kane leading with Brad Prenger in second. Cody Green third, and Hayden Swank in fourth. All right, green flag is back out once again. John Kane leading the field. Brad Prenger in that number 51 machine, right, almost back on his bumper there. He's going to try and make a pass on him. It's almost going to work. We got action in the back of the field, though, as Hayden Swank just eats it. Actually, not Hayden Swank. It was, looks like Nick Fleury. Let's take one more look at that here. Yeah, that number 22 machine, so that's going to be Cody Green. Just absolutely demolishes the rest of the field there. Let's take that back just a little bit here and see if we can kind of see what happened there. Yep. Just gets into the back of them and just carnage ensues from that point on. A few different drivers involved there. Brett Hahn, one of them, making out of there. The 35 machine. Hayden Swank going to get out of there as well. Getting back into the live action here. Drivers are getting re-rack sorted. Figuring out where they need to be. Look at the damage on that machine there of Josh Cottle. That number 13 machine. I don't think that car is going to drive too well, but he's going to make it work. And given that they get a fresh vehicle for both their heat race and their features. So it's all right if you get a few bumps and grinds. In this case, a few replace fenders and a hood, a few other mechanical things. John Kane's going to lead the front of the field here with Brad Prenger and Josh Cottle in second and third, respectively. All right, drivers are ready. 4 laps to go in this heat race left, unless the time expires, and we only have about, I want to say, a minute or two left, and the green flag is out. John Kane, a big old lead on the front of the field here, with Brad Prenger leading in second here. Josh Cottle trying to get out his door, but it's not going to work. But Josh is going to get next to Brett Hahn here in that number 71 machine. Brett doing a fantastic job of pushing his way back up to the front of the field. He's now going to be in third for this heat race. That's going to set him up very nicely here for the feature. These drivers are side by side here with Brett Hahn and Josh Cottle duking it out. Ooh, Josh Cottle's going to tap on the wall and ride and grind it. It's going to actually get into a few other vehicles there. Let's take a look at that one more time. And it looks like he just came to that corner just a little bit too wide. And that side of the car just caught the edge of that, caught the wall and set him into those cars there. Hate to see that happen. That car is looking rough. A lot of smoke on the track from that. We're going to see Josh drop all the way back to the back of the field here. John Kane still out front in that number 29 machine. Brad Prenger, 51 machine, excuse me. He's going to be second. And Brett Hahn is going to be third. As Brett Hahn said, he wants to be up in the broadcast booth talking, making sure that he's making a statement every single race. And I appreciate that attitude. Brett, good luck to you tonight. These drivers are ready. Not much time left to go here in this heat race. I believe it's only 2 laps. Yep, 2 laps to go now. Brad Prenger keeping those tires warm, trying to do the best he can, because as we said earlier, or as I said earlier, this track is very touchy with these vehicles on cold tires. They can get a little snappy into the corners. These drivers want to try and avoid that as much as they possibly can. We've already seen a few incidents where it's got a little interesting, so it's gonna be curious to see what the feature is gonna be like. But as we get ready here for the green flag to drop here for the first heat race of round 3 here at Richmond Raceway for the Frito-Lay Super Late Model Touring Series. All right, green flag is out. John Kane's going to get a big old gap on the field once again. Brad Prenger, Brett Hahn going to be side by side here, almost door to door. Brett Hahn's going to try and take the low line here on John Kane. He's going to try and make something happen here. He's almost on the bumper there. John Kane going to try and make a pass here. Can he make it happen? Going to take that low line. John Kane's going to be about center line there. Brett Hahn's going to pull it off. With John Kane now second, Brad Prenger and Noah Allison duking it out for third. Noah Allison's going to take that third spot, but Brad Prenger still battling for it. But Noah Allison out of nowhere is going to take that number 2 spot. We got a little bit of side-by-side action there. These guys are going to keep it clean though, keep it green, or the checkered flag is out. Brett Hahn still leading the front of the field as we head into turn 3 here. Brett Hahn's. Ooh, we got a big old crash from Noah Allison. That's going to end that one. Brett Hahn, Noah Allison. Brett Hahn's the only name I could remember from that. For the top 3. I apologize for that. Anywho, we have our starting lineup here for the second heat, which is going to be Andrew Payne in second, John DeMeester, or Andrew Payne in first, excuse me, John DeMeester in second, Richard Pruitt in third, Devin McDonald in fourth, Tim Rogers in fifth, Seth Harrelson in sixth, Eric Papineau is going to be seventh, Michael Lemieux is going to be ninth, David Patton is going to be, I believe, 10th. Positions are going to be 9th. He's going to be 9th. And then Blaze Brinkley is going to be 10th. And Dave Cox will be 11th. All right. As we're getting ready here, get in the field, lined up, Andrew Payne in that beautiful Team Goon Squad sponsored machine, looking beautiful. I'm gonna have to ask Andrew where how he made that, because that is a beautiful looking scheme. Thank you, Andrew, for doing that for us. We appreciate you. Devin McDonald. I think that's a new name I have not seen yet here for the at least in a Team Goon Squad broadcasted event. So it's going to be excited to see Devin McDonald here today. And I would like to correct myself from earlier. The qualifiers, when they do their single qualifying, their positions are inverted for their heat races. All right, pace car is in, green flag is out. Andrew Payne's going to take off on the field here. Richard Pruitt, Devin McDonald going to be side by side here in the back of the field. Looks like Devin McDonald's going to kind of drop back a little bit, lose some of that speed here. Eric Pappen on that number 43 machine is going to get side by side with whoever he can here. He's going to be pushing the field. Looks like that number 13 machine is going to get a little loose there into the wall. The number 24 machine of Richard Pruitt and the number 43 machine of Eric Papineau duking it out side by side, and that number 13 machine just absolutely goes sideways and eats it. Caution flag is out. Let's take a quick little look at that real quick. We'll back things up just a smidgen and take a quick little gander at that. Just gets absolutely destroyed. That is unfortunate to see there. Back into the live action here. We got a lot of great racing to look forward to tonight, folks. I think today is going to be a really great race, and I hope you all are excited for today's race. Alright, the drivers are getting ready to go once again here. 4 laps to go here for the second heat race here at Richmond Raceway. Andrew Payne. I am just having trouble with words today. I don't know what's going on. It seems to be something every week. Anywho, Andrew Payne is going to be leading the field here in the number 93 machine. Number 43, Eric Papineau, is going to be second. And number 24, Richard Pruitt, is going to be third. David Patton, fourth, in that number 38 machine. And Seth Harrelson in fifth in that 07 machine. Taking a big old look here at the field. It's always great to see all these drivers coming together for these races. A lot of passion, a lot of just raw talent, and a lot of just friendship that you see building as guys come out here to race as best as they possibly can and get some internet points to kind of rubbing each other's faces, if you will. right, everyone is single file. We're ready to rock and roll. We got drivers wiggling, 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 getting their tires as warm as they can as we get ready for that pace car to head back to pit road, and it does, and green flag is gonna drop, and Andrew Payne is taking off on the field here. Eric Papinow in second with Richard Pruitt closing in behind him as close as he can. And actually, we have David Patton, excuse me, duking it out here with Richard Pruitt for that number 3 spot. Actually, it's going to be Seth Harrelson, excuse me, in that number 07 machine, with David Patton going to be duking it out for that number 4 spot. But David Patton here gaining 5 spots from his starting position so far. I don't think he's going to let that go too easily, but Drew Cox here on a mission, taking that low line. Ooh, it's going to get into the side of, oh man, he's going to get into the side of that number 38 machine. That's going to be David Patton taking a, David Payton, excuse me. David Payton going to be eating it there, taking a big old bump from the wall there from Drew Cox in that number 63 machine. But green flag is still out. We're still green, still leading the field here. Andrew Payne still out in front. Nice to see that as well. Eric Papinow trying to get as close as he can here, but it looks like we got a nice gap here from Andrew Payne. It's going to be close to almost a second. Richard Pruitt in third with Seth Harrelson and Blaze Brinkley kind of in tow here with a few other cars. Oh, we got a big pile up. The number 11 car, that's going to be, oh man. Not sure who that was actually. But as we're taking a look here, Andrew Payne is going to be your winner here for the second heat race, with Eric Papinow second and Richard Pruitt third. And we're going to have a brief 5-minute warm-up. Let the drivers get their tires ready to go here. And we're going to have a quick little talk here with the first heat race winner of Brett Hahn. Brett, you read me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Brett, what a great first heat race, man. How are you feeling after that? That was a very solid race performance from you, man.
Oh man, Mason, that was definitely a pretty wild one with all the yellows. Had to do some major wreck avoidance for that big one down the backstretch, and was able to keep my car clean for the most part and be able to pass some guys and somehow walk away with the heat win, which is a great sign, I think, for the 71 machine tonight.
I agree. Yeah, you did a great job there, staying out of the collisions there and just keep staying out in front as best as you could, man. You did a great job here today. How are you feeling here going into the feature?
Yeah, even better now. I was able to pick up the pole in qualifying, pick up the heat win, so hopefully we can carry this momentum into the feature. Hopefully nothing freaky happens, and hopefully, Mason, talk to you by the end of the night again.
Absolutely, Brett. Good luck to you out there, man, and I hope to see you again tonight.
Yep, sounds good, Mason. Thanks again, and good luck to all the competitors, and thanks again for all the fans watching.
All right, Brett. Have a good one.
You too.
Alrighty, and up next, taking a look here at Andrew Payne. He is going to be our next person up here today. Andrew, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty good.
That is good to hear. You finished first for the heat race today, and we haven't really seen you kind of out in the front of the field too often so far this series. How are you feeling kind of being out in front for once?
It was good. It was nice to go and lead laps, even if it was only the heat race. You know, I've kind of had some bad luck, and I've kind of put myself in some bad spots, but it feels nice to go out and be up at the front and be competitive tonight.
Good to hear that, Andrew. Now, how are you feeling going into this feature tonight? Are you feeling kind of nervous? Are you feeling that you might have some issues? Or are you feeling confident?
I feel pretty good. Starting up front is definitely going to help. I only really have to battle Brett right out the gate, I think, but you know, I'm not having to battle my way through the field. I can kind of manage myself a little bit better and hopefully have more of a car for the end of this race.
Yeah, Brett, or excuse me, Andrew. Sorry, I'm getting names mixed up all over today. Andrew, I hope to see you out in front quite often tonight. I wish you luck today, and I hope to see you again tonight.
Alrighty, thank you.
You're welcome, Andrew. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right. And that was Andrew Payne and the number 93 machine. Those are going to be your top finishers for your heat races. For both Heat Race 1 and 2. Brett Hahn winning the first and Andrew Payne winning the second one. Here for today's race at Richmond Raceway for the Frito-Lay Super Late Model Touring Series. And we're kind of seeing a lot of drivers here just kind of having fun almost, just trying to see what they can do and get away with to keep these cars stable. These cars can be quite tricky sometimes. Trying to control them, especially with cold tires. And as all these drivers are going to be starting on fresh set of tires and a fresh vehicle, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are going to handle this and keep up the pace. Only 15 seconds left to go with the green or with the checkered flag now out for the warm-up. These drivers are going to get ready here for the feature race. Taking a look at our starting grid. We're going to have Brett Hahn first, Andrew Payne second, Noah Allison third, Eric Papinal in fourth, Brad Prenger in fifth, Richard Pruitt in sixth, Michael Witt in seventh, Seth Harrelson in eighth, John Kane in ninth, Drew Cox in 10th, Nick Fleury in 11th, Michael Lemieux in 12th, and Hayden Swank in 13th, Tim Rogers in 14th, Skip Gandy, it's going to be Devin McDonald in 15th, and Skip Gandy in 16th, John DeMeester in 17th, Cody Green in 18th, David Patton 20th, Josh Brackett 21st, Blaze Brinkley 22nd, and Nathan Goot starting 23rd. And I believe I actually was incorrect today in saying that today's feature is 110 laps. I think they reduced it down to 70 for this race. Purely because of the amount of cautions that we've been seeing in the past couple races. This is, I think, race control's attempt in a way to get these drivers to kind of race a little bit more cleanly and more consistently. And we'll see if that holds true for today's race here at Richmond Raceway, which is going to be a little bit different from what they're used to, as so far the first two rounds have been in mostly oval shapes, but this is as we know, this is a D-oval shape. track, so this is going to be a little bit different from what these drivers are probably used to here. And we see our two leaders, Brett Hahn and Andrew Payne, starting first and second. Noah Allison and Eric Papanow going to be third and fourth. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. Brett Hahn's going to take a big old launch here on the rest of the field here with Andrew Payne in second. Going to try and catch up to him with Noah Allison and that number 24 machine. Going to try and stay behind Andrew Payne. As we're going to see a lot of the front of the field here kind of get single file. And just try and stay behind one another and overtake where you can. You don't want to get too creative here too early and play yourself out of the race unless you feel absolutely confident you can make a move happen. As we're seeing Brett Hahn and Andrew Payne and Noah Allison here all kind of settling in together, but Andrew Payne's going to drop down low. I'm not sure if he's going to try and make a pass here, as we see a caution come out onto the field here. Unsure what caused it, as I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing an incident. I'm not sure if there was an illegal pass made or I'm not sure what happened there. And Roger Muth, apologies if I'm saying your name incorrectly, in the chat for the broadcast today, giving a shout out to Brett the Jet in the number 71 machine. Thank you, Roger, for that shout out. We always appreciate all of our viewers who tune in and check out our broadcast. We appreciate every single one of you. We hope you like the broadcast, and if you do, hit that thumbs up button. If you did, maybe subscribe if you enjoy racing and like to see different types of racing content. Oh, apologies, Roger. I'll get it right next time. All right. I hear drivers just tapping away at their throttles, eager to get this race going here. I'm ready to see some action. I hope you all are as well. This is going to be a great, excellent race here today with the American Sim Racing Club. As always, these guys put on a great race for us here every single week on Wednesday nights for the Super Late Model Touring Series, sponsored by Frito. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. Brett Hahn taking off. Andrew Payne going to be side by side here with Eric Papineau. Excuse me. It's going to be Noah Allison in the number 24 machine. They're going to try and duke it out here for that number 2 spot. Andrew Payne's reluctantly he's trying not to give that spot up, doing the best he can. Noah Allison putting up a heck of a fight, taking that low line. Looks like he's got just enough speed here to make something happen. Taking a look farther back in the field here, we have Eric Papineau in that number 43 machine. He's going to be 4th with Drew Cox and Michael Witt, excuse me, following closely behind him. These guys are going to be in a little 3-piece here. The number 43, the 63, and the number 26 machine. All going, trying to get side by side here, make something happen here. These guys are pushing as hard as they possibly can. Eric Papineau absolutely trying his best, but that number 63 machine of Drew Cox is absolutely on a mission here tonight. Up 6 positions so far. He is going to be 4th, trying to catch up to Noah Allison here. It looks like the front of the field here, these guys have got a lot of room to work with so far. From Noah Allison, there's about a half a second gap from the rest of the field, and that's only Drew Cox, and he's still got a little bit of a gap behind him as well. So these guys have got a lot of space to work with so far. We'll see if the field tightens up here as these tires start to warm up and drivers get more and more comfortable here. But so far, we've got a great race. These guys are pushing it pedal to the metal. Let's take a listen here with Noah Allison and see what he's looking at. And you can hear it. He's just pushing that car as hard as he can. Letting off the throttle, going into these corners, making sure that you don't let it get loose. He's doing a great job of doing that. And that was Noah Allison in the number 24 machine. Taking a little bit further back in the pack here, looking at Drew Cox in the number 63 machine. He's kind of found himself sort of in the middle of the field here. You know, sometimes I think this is kind of a place where, you know, you can be comfortable, you can enjoy yourself, but as time goes on, you're going to be using your tires a lot more, and you're going to be using a lot more fuel than the rest of the field. So you don't have any draft support. You're using the full power of that car to push it through the air. And you have no clean air in front of you. It's all just dirty air in front of you, and you're really pushing that car as hard as you can. So we'll see if that works to his advantage or not. But so far, it seems to work for now. All right, and Eric Papineau, the number 43 machine with Nick Fleury, and the number 25 machine. These guys trying their hardest to get some action here in the front of the field, but we have just a massive gap from the front of the pack here. Brett Hahn now from the number 6 position is almost a 3-second gap, which, if that tells you anything in race terms, that's quite a long time. That'll take a few laps to catch up unless there's some cautions that come out here sometime soon. Taking a nice deep look here at the field, we just have plenty of cars coming down the field here. We see a few cars bundled up here and there, but a lot of guys are giving each other a lot of room, a lot of respect here, and you got to appreciate that. Taking a look at Hayden Swank here in that number 35 machine in that beautiful scheme. I love that scheme. That's looking great. I love to see that. Josh Cottle in that number 13 machine. 13 machine, excuse me. Got confused for a second. Brad Prenger in that number 51. and David Patton following behind in that number 38 machine. These guys have kind of all been in the same little groups here for the past about 10 laps. And it makes me wonder if this track is sort of helping these guys kind of learn their spacing a little bit, because the only real straightaway is the back straight. As they go into turns 3, as they go into turn 3, it's basically all just turn from there until you get to turn 2. So far, these guys are doing a great job so far. Let's take a look at the front of the field here. Brett Hahn with an absolutely dominating lead so far, almost a little over a half a second gap on Andrew Payne in that number 93 machine. Noah Allison still right on the tail of that number 93 machine. It seems like they've been kind of swapping back and forth positions here tonight. Kind of duking it out there, trying to see who's going to take what spot for the pole. But at only lap 19, it's kind of hard to say who's going to be the winner of tonight, as there's still a long race to go. Drew Cox in that number 63 machine, still kind of in his lonesome. And he's doing okay. And I think he'll be all right. And hopefully we'll start to see some draft assistance come his way. Or maybe he'll catch up to the front of the field here. Looks like he might be able to pull that off. Let's take a listen to how hard he's pushing that car. Just absolutely putting the pedal to the metal, trying his best to catch up to these guys out here in front. Doing a great job here tonight. Taking a little bit further back here in the field, we have Hayden Swank and Josh Cottle still in the number 8 and number 9 positions respectively. We have Michael Witt in that number 26 machines. Frito-Lay sponsored machine, looking great. These guys are all just kind of comfortable where they're at, just trying to stick with what they have and make moves where they can. Looks like Hayden Swank got a little moment there. Got a little bit into the wall, but he kept it together. We're going to keep it green. So far, this race is going extremely well. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. And the yellow caution comes out, as I have spoken too soon. And this is going to be the second caution of tonight's race. And so far, only being the second caution of the feature, I got to say this is definitely an improvement over the past 2 weeks, as we've seen a lot of cautions come out through those series, or through those rounds, which is not what you want to see for these drivers. But it's good to see that these guys have taken it to the next level, and they've come out here today to put on an excellent race, and so far they're doing a great job. Lap 24 here out of 70 here at Richmond Speedway, or Richmond Raceway. Brett Hahn and Andrew Payne. Going to re-rack the field, starting out in first and second. And when these cautions come out for these drivers, especially when you're leading the field, you kind of got to be wondering to yourself, you know, can I make that? Can I do it again? Can I keep it out in front as much as best as I can one more time? Brett Hahn here is going to be a fine example of that, as he has been a very, very strong competitor so far in this series, and I don't think we're gonna. He's gonna have much of. I don't think he's gonna have much of an issue here today. Taking a stand, taking a podium here today for round 3. And Andrew Payne gonna potentially take his first podium of the series, which we would love to see. And Noah Allison as well, looking to potentially put himself in a podium position, and I believe get his first win of the series for this season. Alright, drivers are ready to go here. We're going to start it again, double file. As the pace car heads into pit road. Green flag is out. Brett Hahn's going to take a jump on the field with Andrew Payne, and Noah Allison going to be following behind, leading the rest of the field behind them. My, oh my, do we got a lot of drivers here trying to get in on the front of the action here. Brett Hahn's going to take just a dominating lead over the front of the field. A lot of drivers here coming his way, as Andrew Payne's going to try and stay in front of Noah Allison, who's still on that mission to get out in front of him. Drew Cox and Nick Fleury as well, now starting to get themselves in on the action as well. Nick Fleury, Hayden Swank, and Michael Witt. Josh Cottle all as well, trying to get involved here. Some of these drivers getting side by side. We have Nick Fleury leading Drew Cox and Hayden Swank kind of in a little 3-pack here. Hayden Swank's going to dip down low. Nick Fleury's going to block him from taking that low line there. Oh, we got a little bit of bumping and grinding here out of the back of the field. Things are going to stay green, though, and stay clean. Drew Cox and Hayden Swank almost door to door there for a second. Trying to battle it out here. Looks like Hayden's going to get a little bit more speed, almost get into the side of that number 63 machine, causing an incident, but he's gonna keep it off of him, keep it green. Taking a little bit further look at the back of the field, we have David Patton, Eric Papineau, Seth Harrelson, and Michael Witt all in a little 4-pack here. We have that number 7 machine getting awfully close to Eric Papineau, and that number 43. It's going to be Seth Harrelson in that number 7 machine, as he's going to try and get into the bumper of David Patton here and gain as much speed as he possibly can on him. These drivers are definitely pushing as hard as they can. It's impressive what we're seeing here tonight, folks. I hope you all are enjoying what you're seeing so far, as I am definitely enjoying what I'm seeing so far. David Patton's going to stick it out in front there for that number 8 spot. Seth Harrelson trying to get in on some of that action. He's got just enough speed. He's going to take that low line. Can he make it stick and get around Seth Harrelson? And he does. Or David Patton, excuse me. Get around David Patton. Seth Harrelson is now going to be in that number 8 spot, leading the rest of the field from there. Josh Cottle in number 7. or in the 7th position so far. He's up 12 positions from where he started in that number 13 machine. I think we're going to see a real strong performance out of the number 13 machine here today, as we hit lap 33 here at Richmond Raceway. Looking at the front of the pack here, looks like nothing's really changed here so far. We still have Brett the Jet in that number 71 machine leading the field as he does. Andrew Payne going to be second, and Nick Allison is going to be third. Nick Fleury, Hayden Swank, Drew Cox, Seth Harrelson, and a few other cars are all kind of in their own bundle here right behind them. All trying to find their place, find their groove. Taking a wider look here at the rest of the field, you can see just how well these drivers are starting to maintain their distance from one another, respecting kind of each other's race lines and not bumping into one another. As you can see there, had a little bit of competition there coming out of the number 43 machine of Eric Papanow. And there are times where it's appropriate to make moves like that. If you can find that gap and you want to take it, take it. As long as you're confident and you know that you can do it, absolutely go for it. Eric Papanow is absolutely not afraid to do that as he takes that number 6 spot from Hayden Swank. Hayden Swank now going to try and do whatever he can to get behind that number 43 machine of Eric Papanow. But Eric's now going to get into the bumper here a little bit, get into the mirrors, at least, of Nick Fleury, putting some pressure here on that number 25 machine, almost into the rear bumper of Nick Fleury there. Getting a little spicy. Trying to push as hard as he can, doing a very good job. Nick Fleury as well, maintaining that spot, not letting him get around him too easily. Putting up a little bit of a fight here and there. And looking in the number 4 position, Seth Harrelson in that number 7 car. He's going to be up 4 positions from his original starting position. And he's feeling good so far. He's going to be behind Noah Allison in that number 24 machine, almost on that bumper there of his. Just trying to use that, I think, to get as much speed as he can and stay behind him as we enter lap 40, 30 laps to, 29 laps to go now. Seth Harrelson and Noah Allison door to door there for a second as Seth Harrelson takes that high line around Noah Allison to take that 3rd spot from him. And Seth's going to just start taking that gap there on Noah. You got to wonder, is Noah kind of trying to do a little bit of tire saving, a little bit of fuel saving here? Not being too aggressive, as it looks like he's trying to catch back up now with that 07 machine and try and get behind him once again and hopefully retake that number 3 spot from him and get that podium finish for tonight's race, as Noah Allison starts to close in closely behind them to get out on the action here in the front of the field. And watching Nick Fleury here and Hayden Swank, Drew Cox, and Skip Gandy all just duking it out here. All in single file so far, not really making too aggressive moves here. Playing it smart. 26 laps left to go. I gotta think that's probably the smart move here. You don't want to get too creative too quickly, too early on in the race, but as it's only 26 laps to go, I mean, it's probably time to start making something happen here. Especially if you find yourself kind of further back in the field where you might not want to be. Especially if you're probably 8th position on up. It's going to take you a few laps to gain those lost positions there. And from the 6th position alone here where Nick Fleury is at, there's almost a 4-second gap to the leader. That is insane. So unless something happens here again, unless we see another yellow flag come out, these guys in the back of the field here, they're probably going to start pushing a little bit harder. Might see a little bit more action from these guys, but only time will tell. We'll see what happens here as the race progresses on. Hayden Swank going to be in the rear bumper there of that number 25 machine, Nick Fleury. He's going to take that low line there. Gonna almost get around them. They're almost door to door. Hayden Swank almost takes the lead there, or takes the 6th position from Nick Fleury there. Nick's gonna hold on to it just barely. These guys are duking it out side by side, just lap after lap. You gotta love that. And looking at the front of the field here, Andrew Payne kind of in his lonesome here. Looking at a little bit of a wider view of the front of the field, we have Brett Hahn all the way on the left side of your screen right now in that number 71 machine, in that bright white and a little bit of blue. Coming down the speedway now, Andrew Payne second in that Team Goon Squad livery, and Seth Harrelson in 3rd. As Brett Hahn's going to start to see a little bit of lap traffic, Andrew Payne's going to come on that as well. Lap car is going to be John DeMeester. He's going to do the right thing and drop to the bottom of the field. Let the faster drivers pass, the front of the field pass, and get around them. "19 laps to go. Seth Harrelson in 3rd finally, as he probably hoped. Eric Papineau, 4th. Noah Allison in 5th, and Hayden Swank following behind them. 18 laps to go. These guys have put on a great race so far today. As we're seeing just cars just ripping around the track, starting to see a lot of spacing come between quite a few drivers here. Taking a little bit further back in the look in the back of the field. Blaze Brinkley, Nick Fleury, Michael Lemieux, Skip Gandy, all kind of in a little pack here together, single file. These guys ripping it around as hard as they possibly can here. Blaze in that number 11 machine, looking great as always. Nick Fleury in that number 25, and Michael Lemieux in that number 40 car. 15 laps to go. You know, taking a look at the field here, you gotta wonder, with all this space between these drivers, who's gonna make something happen here? Who's gonna try and be the guy to make something happen here tonight? But with Brett Hahn being the leader of today's race and looking comfortable, I don't think he's going to be going anywhere anytime soon with only 14 laps to go. And Andrew Payne and Seth Harrelson in 2nd. We have Noah Allison and Eric Papineau in 4th and 5th. Eric Papineau is 4th and Noah Allison in 5th. Kind of duking it out here. Noah Allison's putting the pressure here on Eric Papinow, trying to make something happen, trying to take that low line around Eric. I don't think he's gonna make it work, as Eric's gonna be putting the pedal to the metal here. Putting on a little bit, not too much defense, as Noah Allison here is gonna take this low line. A lot of speed here. Almost door to door there. Doesn't quite have enough speed though. Taking a look at Blaze Brinkley here. All in his lonesome here. And as we're looking around here, you can see a lot of these drivers have a lot of space in between them. These drivers are getting quite spaced out together. We have a little bit of a pack here, kind of towards the back of the field here, with Skip Gandy, Josh Cottle, David Payton, just to name a few drivers here in this field. And again, these drivers are playing it kind of safe tonight. Not really getting too crazy with their maneuvers. Not trying to overtake one another too closely or get themselves involved in a wreck here. As we enter the 9th lap to go here at Richmond Raceway for round 3 of the Frito Super Late Model Touring Series. All right, Skip Gandy, Josh Cottle, David Patton, Michael Lemieux. These guys are still ripping it around the tracks, keeping it green, keeping it clean. These guys are doing an excellent job so far. Brett Hahn still leading the field with an absolutely dominating gap here tonight. Taking a look here at the tower, you can see in the timing just how much of a gap there is between Brett and the rest of the field. Absolutely impressive. We've got five laps to go here, and Brett is sure got to be feeling quite happy, quite pleased with himself right now. I know I would be if I was leading the field with this much of a gap. Brett's doing a great, fantastic job here tonight. Andrew Payne as well, and Seth Harrelson, both coming out here and putting on an absolutely great performance here tonight. Looking at Seth Harrelson here, taking it around the field with 4 laps to go. I think it's safe to say we know who our race winners are today, unless I eat my words, broadcaster's curse happens, and caution comes out here with only 3 laps to go. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it will. Just taking a look at the field here. A lot of space between quite a few drivers here. These guys are playing it safe today. So far, only 2 cautions out today. In a great race. These guys came out here today and put out an excellent performance. Brett Hahn feeling pretty great with himself right now, I'm sure, with 2 laps to go. White flag is out. And we have Brett Hahn in first, Andrew Payne in second, Seth Harrelson in third, with no real changes happening anytime soon, I think, as we enter turn 3 here. Checkered flag is out. And our race winner, Brett Hahn, taking a kind of a little pre-victory lap, if you will. An excellent performance here today. So we're going to take a look at our results here. Once again, Brett Hahn finishing it out first, Andrew Payne second, and Seth Harrelson third. All right. And let's get our first driver up here for today's post-race interview, and that's going to be Seth Harrelson. Seth, can you read me?
Yes, sir.
Seth, it was great to see you race here today. You put on an excellent performance. It's the first time that I've seen you out in front in this series. How were you feeling today in today's race?
I didn't get a lot of practice in, so the setup was a little tricky for me early on. And then I had a little trouble in the heat race, ended up having to start into the line here. But you know, I finally got my groove up. I worked my way up to like maybe 14th or something when that caution came out. And, you know, since no one pitted, I decided to do completely opposite. And, you know, new tires is what helped me pass everybody and get up to the front here.
Absolutely. And did the cautions kind of play into your favor a little bit? I noticed that once that second caution kind of came out, you kind of saw a little bit of a shakeup in the field from the first initial start of the race. Now, did that kind of work to your advantage?
Yep, I was able to keep the car clean and, you know, gain some spots there on that first caution. So, I mean, yeah, it worked out perfect. I'm here on the podium.
Absolutely, Seth. Now, is there anyone that you would like to thank, give a shout out to before I let you go here tonight?
Hey, shout out to our sponsors, Frito, Luke Oil, and all of our admins. Those guys are great, and my teammates on HCM.
All right, Seth. Great race here tonight. It was great seeing you. Thank you for coming out here tonight, and I hope to see you in the next one.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Up next, we have Andrew Payne finishing it out second. Andrew, can you read me?
Got a copy.
Andrew, man, what a race tonight. You came out second. You know, you had a lot of competition there with Brett Hahn all the way out in first, but I think that was kind of foreseen there. How were you feeling, man? You came out here and you put out a very dominating second place position. How does that feel for you?
It feels good, you know. I mean, I had some pressure from behind for a bit of that race, and I think I burnt my stuff up trying to keep them behind me. But I mean, second place isn't, you know, anything to complain about, especially with the last few finishes I had. And I really, really wish I could have caught Brett, but man, he was flying, and we were just a little bit off of him race pace. And yeah, second place is not a bad way to end the night.
Absolutely, Andrew. You did a fantastic job of trying to keep up with Brett, but as you said it yourself, Brett was he was very fast tonight. But I gotta say, you were also very fast as well, as you had quite the gap towards the end of the race there. Now, given today's performance, what is that giving you, sort of going into the next round here, round 4?
It gives me a bit of a confidence boost, knowing that I can, you know, compete for wins and run up front and get, you know, run well on a consistent basis. And I really hope that translates into next week. And, you know, who knows, maybe I could get the first win of the season. But yeah, it just gives me that confidence to know that I have the ability to run up front and compete for wins week in and week out.
Yeah, Andrew, absolutely. You definitely proved that here tonight, and I think you'll be able to prove that here on forward. And I hope to see you take on that first podium position here sometime in this series. Andrew, is there anyone that you would like to thank back at home, give a shout out to before I let you go here tonight?
First off, I'd like to thank our title sponsors for all of our series, Frito, PepsiCo, Tagaray. You know, thank you guys for coming up onto the car for this season. V&H Fresh, Home Metal Fab, Super Tight Sawn Mower, QuickTime. You know, my parents and my grandparents. You know, I have got a lot of people supporting me, and I'm glad I could finally put the car where it should be.
Andrew, thank you very much. Thank you for also putting us on your car. It's always great to see the number 93 machine out there performing well. And Andrew, I wish you luck in the future races here, and I hope to talk to you again post-race someday.
Alrighty, thank you, Mason.
All right, Andrew. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Last but not least, our pole setter for tonight, Brett Hahn. Brett, can you read me?
Well, Mason, I got you for the third time tonight.
Yeah, buddy. Brett, how are you feeling, man? You put on a heck of a performance tonight. Both your heat and your feature race, you just absolutely dominated both of those. Kind of, what was your strategy going in tonight? Did you have a lot of pre-practice? Did you have some strategies, tricks up your sleeve?
Well, Mason, to begin with, I had this race circled on my calendar. This was the last race that I won last season around week 4 or 5, and I didn't end up winning a race since then, but at least got the championship last year. But this race I had circled on the calendar for one to hopefully get a really good finish, and that I think we did, Mason, with leading all the laps, and I think pulling off the first ever ASRC super sweep with the pole heat win and leading all the laps, I guess, and winning the feature. So pretty proud of myself here tonight.
You did a great job, Brett. And I got to ask you, with that second caution that came out during the race, I was kind of wondering to myself how that would kind of affect your performance in the second half of the race post the second caution. Did that have any effect on your, I guess, kind of your strategy going into the race, or did you kind of just send it?
Yeah, I was hoping big time that at least half the field stayed out, which I think did, so that at least made the cars that took tires have to use up their stuff. I was kind of hoping for one more before lap 50 to come in and take some new tires, but luckily I was being really gentle with the tires to begin the race, and even when the green flag would come out, I would be really gentle into one to not heat up that right front too much and try and even the tire temps, and just managing the tires. And once I saw, I think it was Seth come up to second, said, oh man, we got to make sure we're turning up the burners as much as they got just to make sure he doesn't reel me in, and I think we started pulling him at the end. So I was pretty proud of myself to see some awesome tire management from the crew here tonight.
Absolutely, Brett. Yeah, you put on just an excellent performance tonight. Absolutely impressive. Brett, is there anyone at home that you would like to thank, give a shout out to?
Yeah, of course. Mason, got to thank Quick Time on the car, ASRC, Tutors, Rogers Cars, RHU Racing, Downforce Racing, Tag Array, Property Management. I think that's about it on the side of the car. Of course, all my friends, family, mom, dad, brother, girlfriend, all the Brett the Jet fans watching. Of course, you, Mason, and Goon Squad for putting on this awesome broadcast. Super excited to see what's in store for the future. And awesome broadcast. Can't wait to rewatch it. All the YouTube commenters, I saw I had my buddy Roger root for me in the chat, so got to shout him out. And of course, all the league sponsors of Frito Lays for the Supers, Tag Ray for the Dirt Pros on Tuesday nights, PepsiCo for the Monday Night Xfinity Series, and of course all the admins and all the fellow competitors. Heck of a show with only 2 yellows in that feature.
Brett the Jet coming out first at Richmond Raceway. Brett, excellent to have you here on the first podium position here tonight. I hope to see you out on first a lot more here in this series. I love to see your racing talent. It's great to watch you race and perform every single week. Brett, thank you for coming out here tonight. It was great having you, and I hope to see you again next week.
Yep, for sure, Mason. My goal of the season, talk to you as much as I can. So hopefully I can talk to you for the rest of the season, and hopefully we can get the 71 machine in victory lane. We got to go crack some open, Mason, and go celebrate now.
Absolutely, Brett. You have a good one.
You as well.
All right, everyone. That was Brett the Jet Hahn in the 71 machine, finishing it out first here at Richmond Raceway. As usual, my name is Mason Heimbaugh with Team Goon Squad, bringing you today's action. I hope you all enjoyed today's race, and if you did, we all would appreciate if you would hit that like button, Give us a subscribe if you haven't already so you can check out all the other content that we have. And if you also like today's racing content and you want to get in on that, head on over to AmericanSimRacingClub.com. Again, that's AmericanSimRacingClub.com. Check out what they have there for you guys. There's tons of different series for you guys to check out. And they also are always looking for drivers. I hope you all enjoyed today's race, and I will see you all in the next one.